Hey Lisa, I want to do this video so that you can pass on to the writer. I'm gonna give like kind of like a white paper type of overview of what I want, and it's more like a kind of like a plan, and also it could be like a requirement of it and the scope of it, and kind of like more details to kind of document the overall vision on paper, and pass this on to the writer. So what I'm trying to do here at the Auto Tuner is to create a tool that we can use to trade with Haas Online, but not just that, to automate Haas Online and also extend it to other APIs that we can just pull into the tool and tune it and incorporate a kind of like you can grab things from different platforms, Coin Market Cap, Binance, and Haas, and it can tune and basically kind of provide all the ingredients, all the components, so that we can put it together on using Node-RED to connect all those things and create an algorithm for trading. Okay, and the idea is to fully automate everything, but with the ability to program and not have to no code by just dragging and dropping components. Okay, and right now we're gonna focus mainly on trading, but it doesn't have that limitation. It can be extended to hardware, internet. It's called IoT, or Internet of Things, where someone could just build a tool that's not related to trading, maybe towards like scraping SEO stuff, or performing automated tasks online, and it doesn't have to be just trading at all. Okay, but that'll be for later. But what I want to do is to, in a sense, model a way where we can provide users training and the ability to learn how to code and use the components that we've provided. In a sense, the ingredients in like a Subway sandwich kind of analogy. Oh, and by the way, for the writer, um, I'm gonna kind of throw things out there, and it's gonna confuse you, but just kind of collectively watch it and pull that in together and kind of organize it. And I'm gonna be all over the place, but organize it so it's professional, okay? And I'll leave that up to you guys, to you and your expertise. All right, so the analogy is that everyone has their own customized configuration how they want to trade and stuff like that. And once I create a sandwich like the auto tuner, which I had, when it breaks, I keep having to fix it over and over, and I don't have the best solution, and I might not have the best sandwich, but people like their sandwich a certain way, and they want to do little tweaks and whatnot. So what they'll be able to do is take my code, be able to add to, take away, and remove from it, or they can build from scratch using the ingredients that we provide. On top of that, we'll constantly be adding ingredients over and over, and also people can also add their own ingredients that they come up with, and go from there. So that as the community builds, they can have their own customized solutions. Now, you know how like Airbnb kind of facilitates transactions of houses where they can rent the rooms, and then people can kind of find listings and then rent from them, and but they don't own any houses. Uber facilitates rides, but they don't own any cars in a sense. But in a sense, we're going to do the same thing too with software, where we facilitate that who people who you can know how to code and want to code, and they create their own strategies, and we'll also facilitate a way for them, a marketplace, for people who want to you know put listings up there of their code and their strategy, and they can rent it out or license it out on a monthly basis, and then we'll take a cut of that. So once they build their sandwich and they say, hey, this is a delicious sandwich, and this is the way it works, and this is my ROI and whatever, we'll be able to provide a marketplace and a listing for them to advertise what they do. And then someone will say, hey, I like that strategy, I like to subscribe to your component. They can also drag that in and also build upon that, and then relicense that out to someone else. And there's a flow of how they're going to get a cut from the main component. So they can license it where it says, hey, you can't use it to with other softwares unless you pay the extended license and is at this rate. Then you can go ahead and use my component and then license it out and resell it as your package, but under your name because you use this one part that was cool and you added on to it and then you made it more better, and then you can license that out. And so everyone collectively is able to make money by using each other's components. Okay, and then once we push an update, if the guy maintains the software and there's an update, he pushes an update that pushes the update to all the people who have subscribed to his ingredient in a sense, and it gets tweaked and improved over time, so that it gets pushed out into other people's updates too. Okay, so it'll be a collective community of people who are creating ingredients, creating strategies, and be able to make money by licensing those strategies to other people. Okay, so initially, what we're going to be doing is once we put together with Node-RED and be able to have people come in and subscribe to our platform, we're going to be creating components, the ingredients, which is connecting all the local API stuff with Haas. Once all that is done, we'll probably start with the Mad Hatter section and the custom bots so that we can create bots. Then we'll go ahead and use the Foy auto tuner algorithm to do the one-click solution. And then once we get the one-click solution out, we'll be able to license that out uh, at 20.99, and then put that together to do 24/7, and then we'll license that at 79.99. So these are my components, but then they can use those and bring those in, remove, take away, and change it if they pay the extended license, and that would be a different pricing. Then they can go ahead and relicense that out as a tweaked or better version of what I'm doing. Okay, so it just kind of gives them a head start, and they can improve it from that point on. Okay. On top of that, once they first come in, we'll give them the components, but it'll be like at a monthly fee of whatever it is. But then inside there'll be a marketplace to say, hey, I want the one-click solution component, I want the 24/7 component, and I want the Live T and Live C component, and those will be licensed out separately inside. Now it'll be also a pay-as-you-grow service. So as they license these code out, there'll be a CPU, um, memory, and depending on how many bots they want to create, they can scale and increase the amount of bots. But then if they use more of that, it'll be billed according to the usage of the computer also. So that'll be a separate pay as you grow scale, and then the license will be a fixed monthly based on whatever prices that you set. So and other customers won't be able to control the CPU. I mean, they won't be able to make money from the CPU because we're hosting that and we're paying for everything. But they'll be able to customers will be able to create their own algorithms and license those at a monthly rate, because it's just code that they've created. Okay, so that's the general idea of how that's going to go. And eventually we'll probably create an iPhone Android app so they can monitor the dashboards, and if they really want to code, I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's something we'll think about later on. I don't think people actually do coding on their phone, but they probably want to monitor their bots and their trades and see how things are going. Maybe some small edits, I don't know, but we will probably have an app later on that you can download and be able to see your stuff and connect to it on a desktop version, just like the desktop version. Okay, so that's the gist auto tuner. Now the auto tuner will be built using Galaxy. Actually, it's called Meteor platform as a service, and it's actually a free open source that we're going to be using. Let me go ahead and show you what that is right now. Meteor, all right, which is open source. It's free. The code is free, but they make money off the Galaxy hosting. Okay, so which also has you know a way to scale their platform. So we need to increase our CPU or memory. Meteor Galaxy can do that. So this is their Meteor hosting, and it's called Galaxy. So that's what it's a platform as a service. So we don't have to worry about scaling and IT and security and all that stuff. It's kind of all taken care of. Okay. um, and it kind of hooks up to Amazon's web services, but it's done in a way where we don't have to maintain. So this is the difference. This AWS, we have to maintain our own SEO, our SSL. We have to do all this other um, sizing options and bidding on servers and load balancing. Meteor kind of takes care of that. Meteor Galaxy takes care of that hosting for us. Okay, so we will be charged a pay as you grow rate that they have down here, I believe. Um, and so what we need to do is also understand what this is and know the load and what our users use, which also has a on YouTube you'll be able to find that in which the developer will need to do so that as our users use more, then they'll get charged more in a way where we still make a profit off their usage. Okay. All right. Um, so they're gonna install the code, and then what we're gonna be able to do is integrate with use a mean stack type of development where mean means MongoDB, Mongo database. The E is Express.js, and I think that does user log management. Angular, which is like a front end and a back end type of code, and then the N is Node.js. Okay, so Meteor also allows you to build apps with Meteor. Well, there's this guy's site called Meteor Angular. Angular. All right, and so this is just a tutorial on how to build Angular apps with using Meteor, and there's a little tutorial walkthrough and other apps that have been created with it. Okay. Now I have not seen what the Angular UI user interface looks like. I don't even know what they use here, but as far as the bare bones wise, I don't know if I like what I see once you install it. So based on what I see, I do want to integrate with Core UI, and this is a what we'll be purchasing the Core Pro license, and it's already done as far as we'll be using all frameworks, and it has Angular here, Angular 6, I believe. I think Angular JS is old version. So we'll be using Angular Pro that and that for unlimited projects and whatnot. Okay. So an example of what that would look like, it would be Angular 2 plus, right? And this is the live preview where we can. Oh man. Oh, okay. Let me just go back to this one. All right, and it has everything already. All our buttons are already taken care of. Sliders, images, switches, buttons, and they all look very good. Okay, even pages, login pages is already done. Um, that we can just use right away. Where are the pages right here? Login pages. Okay, and they have the register page and whatnot. Okay, and all the ability to change the color and the themes and everything else. Okay, and the dashboard looks pretty good too. All right, so and it has a nice admin area where you can just kind of toggle, payment settings and all that stuff is already in a sense taken care of. Does it? I don't know. You have to build it. So it'll be kind of be a social area. On top of that, we'll probably have a marketplace, Node.js kind of e-commerce, where people could then list their stuff and their code. And we don't know which one to use yet. We need to have someone research this and find a well supported, a big community e-commerce type of Node.js store. Okay, ecom war. I don't know. So we'll see which one is best. All right. So what else do I have? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then the front end will be done with Kartra. It'll be a simple system just to get them in, but then internally there will be another billing system to manage the pay as you go. Okay. Now, once we have our own pay as you go system, we'll probably not use Kartra anymore. But it'll just be more like serving pages and sales pages to get them in to the system, and then everything would be built inside in our internal pay as you grow kind of thing. Okay. So as far as the promotion wise, we will probably offer a 30-day, 7-day or 30-day trial of the one click solution so everyone can try it for maybe $10, something like that. $10 to try. Once they try it and they can see how good it is, then they can start using be a permanent subscriber at 39.99 and get onto our one click solution and then get onto our other tiers of licenses are licensing the different components and ingredients that we have. But they can all, if they want to, just come in and build their own from the ground up, and that is also possible too. We'll have a baseline in the sense of the basic ingredients that they can use to create from scratch, and then they'll have to put that together themselves. Okay. So that's all I have for now for this write up. Thank you so much for writing this and let me know when it's done. I'm just going to go over it and read it, and then we can then use that as a baseline to pass to our developer and other people who are on there so that we all have a good idea of what to expect in this project. All right, thank you.